When sin is defeated, Spira celebrates. People cry, they laugh, they pray, they call it a miracle. But the calm isn't peace. It's a pause. Because when sin falls, the world doesn't change. It resets. Cities rebuild exactly where they stood before. Temples reopen. The teachings remain untouched. And the people are told to be grateful, because they've been given time. Time before sin returns. No one asks why sin always comes back. No one is encouraged to question the cycle itself. Because the calm isn't meant to end suffering. It's meant to make suffering survivable. After a calm, Spira enters a strange, fragile era of hope. Children are born into a world they believe has been saved. Older generations cling to relief, knowing they may not survive the next return. And the survivors quietly prepare themselves, not for freedom, but for repetition. The calm teaches Spira a dangerous lesson, that destruction is inevitable, and that survival is enough. Temples reinforce this belief. The maesters speak of gratitude, obedience, and patience. They remind the people that sin's return is not a failure, it's destiny. The calm becomes proof that the system works. Sin appears. A summoner sacrifices everything. The world is spared, temporarily, and the cost is quietly erased from memory. Spira never mourns the summoner for long. It celebrates them, deifies them, and moves on. Because grief would invite questions, and questions would threaten belief. Instead, the calm becomes a cultural reset button. Machina is still forbidden. The Albed are still blamed. The truth about the final summoning remains hidden. Nothing changes, except the date on the calendar. This is why the calm is so powerful. It convinces people they've won, without ever solving the problem. And over time, this expectation reshapes Spira's identity. People don't dream of a future without sin. They dream of surviving long enough to enjoy the calm. Farmers rebuild knowing their land will burn again. Families grow knowing their children may die in the next disaster. Entire generations are raised to accept impermanence as normal. Hope becomes conditional. Live quietly. Follow the teachings. Pray often. And maybe, just maybe, sin won't return in your lifetime. The calm doesn't remove fear. It postpones it. And that postponement is exactly what keeps the cycle alive. Because as long as the calm exists, no one feels the urgency to end sin forever. Why fight the system when it gives you relief? Why question sacrifice when it brings peace? Why tear down belief when belief gives you time? This is the lie at the heart of Spira. The calm is not salvation, it's maintenance. It keeps the world functioning just long enough to reset the board, just long enough to raise the next summoner, just long enough to forget the last one. And every calm strengthens the illusion that the cycle is necessary, that sin cannot be destroyed, only delayed, that this is simply how the world works, but cracks begin to form. Because not everyone experiences the calm the same way. For some, it's relief. For others, it's guilt. And for those who understand the truth, it's unbearable. Because once you realize the calm is built on sacrifice, not victory, you can never see it the same way again. Next time, we look at the boy who never belonged to this cycle, and why Tidus's existence alone threatens everything Spira believes. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to Hidden Lore XP, and follow for more Final Fantasy X lore. Because belief built this world, and belief is what will eventually destroy it.